Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the new texture slider in Lightroom. What does it do? Is it good? Is it bad? And if you stay until the end, I'm going to show you a really cool trick on how you can use it to your advantage with a pro tip. All right, guys, so let me show you what this texture feature is all about. This is a photo that I shot and I think is very appropriate for this in one of the nicest library of Venice. It's very underexposed, because I was on a rush, I was shooting by hand, and we can see the settings of the photo. It's 1/30th of a second, f4.5 ISO 250. There was no way to put a tripod on. I had so many people behind me. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna use the texture to really make this textures, because this is like a very old library. It deserves it. So I'm gonna open up the shadows, I'm gonna boost the whites, and I'm gonna crush the blacks, or not even crush, just hold on the option key, make sure you have a bit of black. Okay, that's good enough. And then maybe I want to make the whole photo a little bit brighter. But okay, I got two problems with this photo. The first one is I love the white balance outside, but inside it's too yellow, because you got two different types of white balance. And for the price of a free video, I'm going to give you two tricks. I'm going to take this radial circle. I'm going to make it big, right over the door where the different white balance is. And I'm going to make sure that invert is off, because now whatever I'm doing is going to influence the outside of the circle. So what do I want to do? I want to lower the white. I want to bring back some blue because I think it's too yellow. And I'm going to add a bit of contrast, maybe a little bit, and a bit of exposure. And I could add, I could add some texture locally on this one in the circle, but this deserves texture kind of everywhere, or maybe not actually. You know what? Let's add some texture too, because sometimes it's kind of cool. I think one of the biggest mistakes people do with clarity, detail enhancer, texture, all these good sliders, is to use it globally. I like the idea of having this very sharp, so I'm using texture. Now check this out. I'm going to zoom in and look at the door. I hope you can see it on the video. I'm going to take the texture off and put it on. I mean, it gets and it's different in sharpening and it's different in clarity. It's actually good, but don't use it globally. So I'm going to use it here so that we have a lot of nice texture here, but not necessarily there. So that, you see, if everything is completely sharp and completely like super clarity on your photo, then people don't know where to look, maybe add some exposure. I think I want to add some magenta, because that's what I do in the life. I add magenta. And maybe, just a little brush. I want to add a bit of exposure. I can't help it just to do all this local adjustment. I think the power of Lightroom, is in the local adjustment, something like this. And maybe I'm going to do a little vignette effect so that people are really like, in the photo, here, post-crop vignetting. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think I went a little too strong on my white balance, and that's the good thing about Lightroom. It's non-destructive. So here I am. I'm going to bring back some of the yellow and the warmth. I think that was a little too much. Yeah, something like that. And backslash key to see the before and the after. You can see the textures are really strong on this. I really like this. And you can, on top of it, you can sharpen. It's a different animal. Texture is just going to make the texture really look cooler. You can still go, into the sharpening at my good old formula if you don't follow my channel, which is about 90% of 80, 90 of sharpening. 10 of noise reduction. Like noise reduction and sharpening should be about 100, and about 50 of masking. So we got a very sharp photo with great textures. I love it. Let me show you on something else, and let me show you a mistake that a lot of people do. So this is another awesome photo I shot in Venice. Not that I'm awesome, but Venice is awesome. It's one of the most, it's heaven for photographer, because there's no cars. Okay, and then I'm doing my classic, bring the blacks, bring the whites, open the shadows, maybe, add some magenta because I can. The photo is really cool. You see, what I see is a lot of people, what they do is they just add texture like this. Look at this. It just adds, like, I already don't like having, water that's not blurred, but it looks great on the buildings, but it looks awful on the sky, and it looks awful on the water. So don't do this. What you do instead is you take a little brush, you double click here on effect, you go all the way on texture, and now you brush texture just on the buildings. And now you have, and you could literally create a new brush and this time go the other side and brush minus texture on the water, you know, and on the sky. So now you're playing, let me zoom in to show you, you're playing with a new type of contrast. You're playing with very detailed buildings and kind of blurry, you know, water, not so sharp water, which is, I think, really cool. It makes the photo more realistic and it makes it more pleasing to the eyes. If I really wanted to finish this photo, I think I would add a little more yellow, just a tiny bit. Maybe I would, you know, darken a little bit the top of the sky because I can and because I love it and I don't like to show you something, you know, half retouched. You know, I would probably make a little circle here, you know, right in the middle of the photo with a bit of exposure. You know, you always do it. I like to have something that draws people in the photo. And then I use the range mask of luminance and take it down a notch and put it behind the buildings. Check it out, before, after. But the key thing is, don't use the texture on everything. By the way, guys, if you can take a second to like this video if you do like it, it really helps me a lot. Also, subscribe to my channel if you did not subscribe and click that little bell. Smash that little bell so you get a notification every time I make a new video. And also, leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to learn. I read every single comment. I answer every single comment. And, you know, I do 2 videos per week. It also helped me find inspiration. Okay, next. Now, what about portrait? This is a portrait I actually shot yesterday night of a friend. Actually, the daughter of a friend, a good friend. So I'm going to crush the blacks to the white. I'm very gentle when it comes to portrait. And the reason I'm showing this to you is I would never use texture on a lady. Because look what happens when you do that. It just makes, you know, the skin really comes out in a bad way. In fact, I would probably do the opposite. I would probably take a brush and again, you know, double click here, make sure texture is minus, and I would probably zoom in and take out some of the texture when it comes for, you know, a lady, you know, to make the skin a little more easy. You know, of course, I would go into Photoshop and, you know, make the skin perfect. But, you know, if you're on the road, it's kind of fast. Look how blurry it makes the skin. So let me show you with texture, without texture, and then you can go somewhere in between. And you know, it just helps to make the photo. So the message is, don't use texture on skins of girls. Now this one is, let me retouch this. This is different when it comes to man. This one I'm gonna do the highlights, shadows, you know, a little bit of black, white. I want to make sure the white balance is correct. So something like this. Add some contrast to a photo I took a couple of weeks ago. Now on this gentleman, again, I would maybe like take a little, you know, gradient here, radial filter, double click on effect. And maybe add some texture. Yeah, oh yeah, it works great on him. Not too much because it looks great when you zoom out, but when you zoom in, every single skin trouble, and this guy's got an amazing skin, is gonna come out. So just maybe a little bit is a good way. So voila, I think this new texture slider is awesome. It looks very similar to me to some of the detail enhancer I've seen like in Luminar or other kind of software. It's great that Lightroom included it. And voila. Now check out last week's video where I show you exactly the right way to shoot a sunset. I love that video. Click on it right now, you'll love it.